So our solution was easy and pretty much just as you'd expect, keeping in mind that we don't have to use a -c to run our Python program, in this case, my first .py. The next thing you're going to want to do whenever you're writing Python script, of course, is to simply accept input from the command line. And as you may expect, since we see the parentheses here, Python offers a built-in function called input. Returning to the REPL mode under Microsoft Windows in our study, we get into the REPL mode for the default version I have at the moment to simply input the response to a question, in this case, como te llamas? Once again, noting that our underscore dutifully contains our result. Pressing the up arrow, we can play back through our previous input to say my var, in this case, equals input to see that while the previous value was indeed Nagy, that my var, having been assigned, is now Zoomer. One of the fun things about Python, as well as many other modern programming languages, is that we are free to put things together on one line, and nesting, as we call it, input into the print statement allows us to do two things at once. In this case, to print something that we have, or also to take the results of the input, combine it with something. In this case, let's just show that we can use single quotes as well as a plus sign to say your name is, put it in square braces, and what the heck? Let's go ahead and match those square braces by using another plus sign, inserting another set of quotes. Let's just go ahead and arbitrarily make them double quotes, so as to say your name is whatever you type in. So the fun thing here is that while putting together complex statements may kind of freak you out the first time you see it, we can do the same thing by using variables to catch what's input. Use those exact same vars to make things a little easier on our eyes. Clearing the screen again, using 50, since we have a much larger screen resolution, we can quit our program and get back to learning more about Python. So you can imagine what our next activity would be. It would be to take a moment and demonstrate what we have just seen, so as to write a script, or if you want to, simply use the command line mode with the command line interpreter, so as to accept input, display the input, as well as to run your script. Taking a moment to look at the help system and see what would happen if we didn't put a colon and a space at the end of our input query, or the string we provide to the input function, so as to note that the difference between the print statement is that when we have more than one parameter, we're going to get a separator of a single space inserted for us, while when we're using input, we have to provide any spaces required to make that input query look a little more understandable for ourselves.